And so the idea here is that in the heart of the heart, so, the heart is a physical organ that pumps blood, but then there's the heart that's metaphorical. And in the metaphorical heart, in the depths of the heart, in what used to be called the heart within the heart, is the unique soul of each person. And inside, in the depths of the heart is the seat of imagination. And so, in a sense, this heart within the heart knows the purpose, but also the direction that our life is intended to go in. And in that heart of the hearts, there is foresight as well as insight. And there are dreams and visions that transcend the common experience in the outer world. And so we're called to awaken to that. And honestly, it seems that most people do not respond to that call. But as the world gets more and more troubled, that is one of the few ways to respond in meaningful and creative ways. And so the old idea was that we had eyes inside ourselves, the eyes of the heart. When we're born, our biological eyes, our physical eyes, open shortly after birth, and we see the world as it is around us. And there's supposed to be the second birth, the rebirth, which is the opening of the eyes of the heart, the opening of the eyes of the soul, which see the world the way we are intended to see it. The old idea was everyone had their own worldview inside themselves. That nowadays people think you receive a worldview. And in a way you do, although all the world views are shattering now. But the one that doesn't shatter, once the eyes of the heart are open, is the inner view of the soul, the worldview that we came to see. And so those eyes of the heart were also called the inner eyes of initiation. And so we belong to two worlds, and we have two sets of eyes. And the inner eyes are there to, when we awaken to our own inner nature and find the heart within our heart, then we have true vision. And in a world that's confusing and chaotic, we need inner vision, not just outer sight. The opening of the heart requires a vision. Some people find it through a spiritual path. Some people find it through creative arts. Some people find it through making love. There's many ways to find it, but the idea is to find that which opens the heart to the inner vision. That allows the heart to continue to open, but also the soul to grow. So I went back to this description I read a long time ago. I happened to think of it, and it's a description at the beginning of an initiation rites for a young Native American, teenager, what we call a teenager, a long time ago that got written down. And he's at the beginning, or he wrote this after he had his vision quest, you could call it. I wanted to feel, smell, hear, and see, but not with my eyes and not with my mind only. I wanted to see with Kanteista, the eye of the heart. That's what he was saying. He was a Lakota healer and visionary leader named Lame Deer. I want to say it again because I think that's what we want. We want to see, feel, and smell, not with the eyes and mind only, but with the inner eyes of the heart. That's the way the heart awakens. That's the way we become an initiate on the path. And the initiates are able to walk through the dark because they have the inner vision. They have the eyes of the heart. So you could say that we're in a crisis of imagination. Imagination comes from the heart. It was always understood to be in the heart and the soul. And the outer world can't solve its own problems with committee meetings and so on. It's really a crisis of imagination. And to be fully in one's imagination means to open one's heart. And so the only problem is at each turning point in life, when there's an opportunity and a challenge to open our heart and see with the eyes of the heart, see the way and what we're supposed to be doing in life, the fears that we carry from early on are awakened, and we wind up standing at those gates again with those big fears of abandonment and overwhelm. And so it's helpful to know that what threatens us or feels threatening at the normal, regular level of our being, you know, the way the holy man in the story is saying, I'm not that kind of holy man, I can't do anything. At the same time, at another level, the doors of genuine perception, the opening of the eyes of the heart, are happening. And then one final idea, that the world right now can break your heart any moment of the day. And yet it takes some heartbreak to open the heart within the heart. And whatever breaks us down can also break us open and initiate us into a greater knowledge of ourselves and the living world of nature and the spirit. And seen through the eyes of the heart, the exact wounds that we carry can turn out to be the greater imagination and deeper understanding of who we are intended to be in life. And as Heraclitus once said, it is in undergoing change that we find true meaning and purpose in life. And as Rumi, that poet of the heart, also said, you have to keep breaking your heart until it opens fully. The only heart worth having is a broken heart. What the heart loves is a cure, and what cures the human heart can also help heal a broken world.